Us today, we got Joe, Trigger Joe Britson.
All right, let's go.
Boom! To try to get a matchup with a gunner. Oh, goes the roof. Francis is gunner.
Well, this is just a fist. When I start throwing it around, I can leave one hell of a mess. Let's dance.
Multiple occasions. Wow, it looks like they're going to swing to the very end.
And he wasn't kidding.
Wow.
It's very rare.
What a finish.
Another one.
It really poses the question, what do you want to do? Do you want to take a chance and risk getting knocked out?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Trying to take care of business, trying to get to goal. It's a knockout. Oh, my It's a knockout.
And he's closing in, trying to finish it. And it's over.
Because I'm going to take this foot and I'm going to whop you on that side of your face. There's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
Clock is brought to you by Modelo.
I killed it! Punch me right in the face, man.
And we have a new nickname. Okay, we have William Send It 7 Pearson. All right, other than that, we used to call him Willie Pete. We used to call him the Mad Russian.
For his opponent to be quicker on the tangent.
Now you're gonna get it, Bobby.
I think you've had enough. No? Now you've had enough. Bitch.
Wow. How good is this?
Finish him! Body bag! Yeah! All right.
Another one.
Everybody gets triggered. It's just if you become a pansy. That's in the Book of Brawl.
I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
You called down the thunder, well now you got it.
Gotta be very careful. What's up, sports fans? Are you looking for a job? Do you want to change in careers? Do you want to own your own business? I got the answer for you. This show is brought to you by FleetTex. FleetTex is partnering with veterans with mechanical or electronic experience. FleetTex specializes in on-site deployment of GPS tracking equipment and cameras for fleet vehicles across our nation. Check out what they do at www.fleettex.com. Apply today. Currently targeting veterans living in Michigan, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Tennessee. Local work and travel opportunities may be available in other areas. FleetTex proudly supports our military, its service members, our veterans, and their families. Enjoy the show.
This is the Veteran Trash Talk Sports Betting Show with your hosts, Trigger Joe, Send It 7 Pearson, and the Big Earl. UFC, NFL, if it's on, we're betting on it.
What's up, trash talkers? How's it going, Gruntworks Nation? Yeah, we are here for your UFC 278. All right, big pay-per-view, not so really. I'm sure Joe will cover that as to why the next pay-per-view is going to be gigantic, right? Is it the next one, Joe?
280 is going to be gigantic. The next one is
yeah.
the Let's F Nate Diaz pay-per-view where they pulled all the talent off so he wouldn't get a big share of the bias.
All right. What's up, Javier from New Mexico? I see you, brother. Hey, we're neighbors, bro. Come to El Paso. Hit me up. Hit up the Big Earl. Let's go get a beer together. Anyways, big shout out to Fleet Tex, our sponsors. All right. They are phenomenal. All right. You guys have no idea. All right. What they're trying to do for the veteran community is, better than any nonprofit. Okay. They're trying to hire veterans. If you need a job, go to fleettex.com and try to get a job. All right. It's a 6-figure potential. Just go do it. All right. Like, just try to do your best and get a job. That's what's going to happen. And they're our sponsor. They're awesome. They buy into our mission. What's our mission at Veteran Trash Talk? To lower the veteran suicide rate. Now, listen to this closely. To lower it. All right. Anybody who says to end it, hey, cheers for you. But it's never going to end. Suicide will never end. All right. But we can stop 1. All right. We can stop 2. We can do that as a community. We can do that as a group. All right. We can do that. And remember, everybody will say that they have one thing that will work. And that's not it. That's one thing for you. That's
not
one thing. Not across the board. One of the things is employment. All right. Another thing is income. Right. And so Fleet Tex has put their skin in the game, and they're trying to advertise on Veteran Trash Talk and Gruntworks to try to get you to go get a job. All right. So if you need a job, go to fleettex.com. If there's no availability in that area, sucks. All right. We'll work something else out for you. Actually, reach out to us. If they say no to you because there's no availability, give us the area. We'll find another company in that area that wants to hire veterans. All right. That's how real this is. All right. We got a big enough platform now that we can actually make a difference. All right. So thank you for watching. Thanks for everything you're doing. We got Julie Shaw. Hello from Kansas. Julie, I'm nowhere near Kansas and I never will be. All right. So, hey, good for you for sticking it out there.
Like game time, though.
Yeah. Oh, man, this is great. Anyways, Bill's not here. So those of you who signed on to watch Bill, which is about 7 of you, all right, he's got 7 followers on VTT Senate 7. All right. But
somebody find Bill, please.
Say again?
Can someone find Bill, please?
Yeah, find Bill. You know what Bill's doing right now? Bill's busy being a leader, okay? Bill actually is still active duty, and he's doing what Bill has to do. And so that's just what happens in the Army sometimes. You can't make your podcast show. Hey, DOD, I'm going to come talk to you about that.
Sounded a lot like a sergeant major on a Friday night is what he sounded like to me.
Exactly. But anyways, we do a fight pick show, and pretty soon, in a couple of weeks, we're going to be doing NFL picks as well, which I'm already pretty pumped up about, but we won't get into that. I'm not getting into it yet.
Well, because, guys, man, they kneel.
Yeah. So, surprisingly, I don't know. Chris just texted us. I couldn't read it, but either way, we do fight picks here, and they are really good at it. And the best thing about this is Bill warned us that he would not show up tonight, and he called Joe and was like, let's talk about some picks. So these guys actually came together and came up with the best fight card you could possibly bet on. Now, when we're talking about betting, okay, when we talk about betting.
Did you read that from 077?
No, I can't. He must be on Gruntworks. What's he on? But hey, Julie, no disrespect to Kansas. I'm just saying I'm not going to Kansas. Not happening. I mean, maybe for a Kansas Jayhawks basketball game. It's about the only thing I go there for. But
I remember the last time we played the Michigan Wolverines, it didn't work out well for the Kansas Jayhawks.
Dude, are you really talking shit about a Big 12 football team? Like
in basketball, we beat them.
In basketball, you probably cheated. Remember when you call a timeout when you didn't have timeouts left? That still sting a little bit.
Oh, I believe that we paid the price. I don't think that's cheating. He got caught.
That was just the rules, Joe. You don't get to call a timeout when you don't have any timeouts left. We're a nation of laws.
Little quick nugget that nobody talks about. Laws. Say they come down and hit the game-winning 3, and he doesn't call the timeout. Chris Webber still fucking traveled as soon as he got the ball, and he drug his foot. And how did that? You remember that?
I do.
6'9", no one's around you, middle of the court with the ref running up next to you. How did they miss that, my friend?
It's called. It might be called point shaving. But anyways,
I understand Michigan has a Katie Collins went their way.
they made a movie called The Program about this. I mean, not The Program, about Blue Chips. They made a movie about this. No, Blue Chips. Blue Chips. Yeah, I expect a bag of $30,000 cash and a brand new tractor for my dad.
It's such an underrated movie.
Oh, Blue Chips is great.
Oh,
Just great. But hey, Julie, it's fine. I'm just saying, like, I made fun of Kansas. I'm sorry. All right. So all right, here we go. Julie. Right, that's our signature shirt. Like, we make jokes, okay? Kansas. I'm sure Kansas is lovely, and and everything about the corn, and then the corn, and then the more corn, and then guess what? When you turn the next street, there's more corn, right? And it's cold. All right. So, anyways, we forgot. Hey, was there corn? Is there corn in Kansas? I think there is. They also.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, is it corn season? Like, I think you gotta shuck it. Okay, so anyways, just shuck it up. All right, like, no, sorry, Julie. No, thanks for watching. Yeah, I'm a KU fan too. From the year they had that. Never mind. I don't remember. So it's not a big deal. We talk fights here. We talk UFC, and they're really good at it. And then we also talk the NFL when that comes up. Disclaimer: if you don't have any money to bet, don't do it. All right. Don't do it. Just like any other stupid thing that you do that causes you more harm in your life. Just don't. All right, Julie, I appreciate that. No offense taken. No offense trying to give it. Just, it's Kansas.
Since Julie's so rapid fire with the comments, I'm asking.
She's good. She's fired. Yeah.
Is Julie a fight fan?
Julie, are you a UFC fight fan? Like, that'd be awesome.
Please answer that question, and forgive my familiarity. Jules is just a cool nickname.
And then Javier says, so don't borrow from a bookie. Got it. Javier, anytime you want to come on this show, let's do it. But technically, every time you bet with a bookie, you're borrowing from them. So that's the only way you get to do it. Let's see here. Oh, my gosh, Julie. Get off the Kansas thing. Julie, are you a UFC fan? All right, that's what we need to know. Anyways, stick around till the end. Joe's going to give you the locks and the parlays and the DraftKings sleeper. Yes, DraftKings, that's why we tagged you in this. They literally are trying to make you money. That's how good these guys are. And they're just really good at it. I mean, what else can you say? I literally drive a Honda Civic. I drive a Honda Civic payment free because of these guys. All right. This is what I'm doing. All right. I'm a very important person, Joe. I drive a Dodge Stratus. All right. That's just what it is.
100 push-ups in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Take it to the bank.
But she is a UFC fan and a wrestling fan too. All right, Julie. So seeing this, you're active on the comments, which we love. So just let us know if you disagree.
Let me know if I'm wrong along the way.
Let Trigger Joe know that he's wrong or right, whatever. But again, don't listen to me. I give you the clown picks. I give you based off of their name, their jawline. I don't give two shits about it. I text Joe all the time, did we win? And he goes, yes. And I go, boom. All right. That's pretty much how it goes. But let's get into it, because I know Chris has to bake some cookies or something. And big shout out to Chris, our producer. He's in the background. You don't see him because he doesn't have a face. He doesn't even have a face for radio. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's bad. Right. So like, yeah. So we hide him from everything, but he does all this stuff, and we really appreciate him, and he's doing a great job. So he got the first fight up, and it's a light heavyweight fight, and it's Pedro who's coming in. It's a light heavy coming in at 8-3 versus Harry Hunsucker at 7-5. And I guarantee you, UFC's been watching our show, and they're like, let's line up this first fight for the Big Earl, because there's no way he can't let Harry Hunsucker lose, okay? Even though he's already lost 5 times. And I wanted to vote for Pedro, like I wanted to, because Pedro looks good, right? I wanted to. But I'm going to go with the Huntsucker. All right. He has to win. His name is fucking Dick Huntsucker. Okay. Dick Huntsucker is going to win in a first round KO. Joe, what do you and Bill say?
This one, even a broken clock, is I'm so cool. I'm not going to finish that. You may have moonwalked with a mild buzz into the perfect upset call.
That's what I did. That's what I do.
Harry Huntsucker, I will say this.
Harry Huntsucker.
That name's a real mouthful, guy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna call you Gregory because that name's a fucking nightmare. I'm just kidding.
No, call him Dick. Call him Dick Huntsucker.
But man, I'm telling you, this fight is another one of those. Hey, Vegas, right back at you. See that? Yeah, they don't want us to make any money on these, man. I'm telling you, there's no place on earth where Pedro is a minus 900 on FanDuel over anybody in the UFC at light heavyweight. I'm dead serious about that. I don't think Tyson Pedro should be a minus 900 favorite over anyone. Do I believe he's a better complete fighter than Huntsucker? Yeah. Huntsucker has not been out of the first round in his last 5 fights. So let's remember that. And he hasn't lost all of them. He's lost most of them, but they're all first round knockouts. This dude's hands are lightning fast. Huntsucker, I'm saying. Now,
Dick.
For Nick's upset call, for the Big Earl's upset call on FanDuel, if you go in right now and play Huntsucker by KO for $10, you win back $110. He's plus 1,100, and I find it ludicrous that they're paying back that kind of money with how dangerous this guy's hands are. Having said that, Pedro is the younger, bigger guy, and Huntsucker is real chinny.
What did Show Enough say about his hands? I got something real for your ass in these hands. Oh man. What do you mean? Hey, Tim, our grunt works. That's why he will win. The dude's name is Big Huntsucker.
He's that guy if you saw him at a party and you stood next to him for 2 seconds and he said, "Yeah, my name is Huntsucker," you'd be like, "Man, that's a fucking badass name, bro. Can I buy you a beer?" Like he's an intimidating looking dude, and
like, dude, go ahead and make fun of Dick. Go ahead and make fun of Dick Huntsucker and see what happens to you. Yeah, Dave has it. No, Tim.
I mean, the only exception to the rule is Urban Meyer because he's a scumbag weasel puss. Anyways, and his name sucks.
You're just mad that he went to the NFL and got after it.
Did he though?
He did though, but it's the NFL. It's a corporation. It's a corporation, not a nonprofit. Yeah. Well, we're off topic. So who do we got?
All right, I got Tyson Pedro here, but dude, listen. For the record, I got Tyson Pedro. I am not betting Tyson Pedro by any means. I am betting this fight minus 1.5 rounds. Excuse me, under 1.5 rounds is already at minus 400. That's how little they think of Huntsucker lasting with this guy. I, on the other hand, will play Huntsucker by knockout just for the hell of it. Say, all right, you got $10 to gamble. Name me another bet on here that makes that much sense that'll win you back $100. So, anyhow,
I like that.
One single bet, right?
We should add that. We should add a $10 sleeper.
And Huntsucker's got the hands to do it, man. These guys walk around at 220 pounds. He can bang. Don't be surprised if Huntsucker ruins a lot of people's cards. He's not ruining this guy's card and anybody follows me, though, because I'm not betting on this fight for any reason other than under 1.5 rounds. That's it. Under the distance is already minus 1450, so that no one thinks this fight's going the distance, and it's not. So I'm going to take Tyson Pedro, and I'm honestly going to take him by submission. He's Tai Tuivasa's best buddy. They're training partners. Tuivasa fought Huntsucker. He destroyed him with leg kicks so he could stay away from Huntsucker's hands. Pedro has the length to be able to do that. Blast him with a couple of good kicks, and at 205, you only need to land 2 of those kicks before a guy's not right throwing hands. get the takedown, and that's where Pedro's in his world and Hunsucker is not. So I'm going to go ahead and say Tyson Pedro, early second round submission.
All right, there you have it, fight fans. Remember, don't listen to anything that I say. All right, I have zero clue of what Joe just said. All right, none. But it sounded legit, right? It's perfect. But anyways, if you look at our betting history,
down.
Oh yeah, if you look at our betting history, what they're saying, it works. All right, let's go to the next fight. It's a women bantamweight fight, and we got at 13-5 versus Pudilova. Pudilova. All right, and you know what? I'm pretty upset at this, but it's not a big deal. 13-7, but I'm gonna go Wuhan. All right, I'm gonna go Wuhan by mask choke, second round. All right, because obviously she's the reason for coronavirus because she's from Wuhan. All right, Joe, what say you?
Pudilova, I hear her people were Pudilovers. But I don't know what the fuck that means. So
nobody knows. It's just science. Yeah, we just listen to Fauci.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, I'm betting this fight the distance, and because you're making me, because I have to, I'll pick it, but I don't want to, and neither did Bill.
This is a start the grill fight, right? This is the start the grill or make drinks fight. Make a drink during this fight.
Maybe you're in trouble with the old lady. You go try to make the move, put the moves on her.
Maybe apologize.
You guys are in your 40s. You don't need 15 whole minutes.
Yeah.
Anyways, I digest, as Ali G would say. I'll take Pudilova by decision, but this fight is 100% going the distance, man. That's it. Distance. I'll take Pudilova by decision.
Distance.
But the distance is it.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Let's go to the third fight. And this is a bantamweight fight. And I think Aldo is the one I didn't want to fight. I picked him last time because he was old. 31-7. And I think this screwed up all of Joe's and Bill's parlays last time he fought. But the big Earl was the only one to pick him. All right. Because I picked him by age. Okay. And that was it. And he's going against that guy. Dvalishvili, right? Coming in at 14-4. You know what? Aldo wins because fuck that name. All right. If you got a name like that and I have to pronounce it, you're not. No, you're done. You lost. You lost. I don't even want to talk about you. You're done. All right. First round knockout. You're out. You're gone. All right, Joe. What say you?
Hey, everybody see Horrible Bosses?
Yeah.
Totally underrated comedy. Colin Farrell's a genius in that movie. It's fucking hilarious. But Jason Sudeikis, when he's doing the GPS talking, he's like, Atman. No, what's your name, dude? Atman Almond. All right, I'm gonna call you Gregory because that name's a fucking nightmare. That's what this reminds me of. Man, I heard it said.
Hey, that's a great movie. That's a great movie. But you realize that how good the script has to be to get Spacey to come into that kind of movie. Like he read that script. He's like, yes. Like that is awesome. Like, oh.
By a playground? I'm sorry, I didn't say that.
Yeah. Well, he's a child raper, apparently, allegedly. Yeah. More like 16, 17-year-olds, you know. Like,
so, all right, we're way off topic. Listen,
yeah.
This one is dude, what a matchup! Seriously, Jose Aldo has looked so good at 135, and you thought his career was toast after Conor KO'd him. He moves down and makes that cut, and he seems to be really comfortable making that cut now. And people think like, dude, he's 54 years old. He's been fighting in the UFC since the inception. He's not, man. It just seems like he's been around forever. He's only 35. He just started very, very, very early in his life, and he's a fucking warrior. And for 10 years, he was it at featherweight. And Conor McGregor came and just, man, I've never seen a champion have his legs chopped off like that. That was one where the guy woke up and was crying, and it was because he felt like he let his people down. Like Jose Aldo is one of the most respected dudes that's ever been in the sport, and it's because he
31 wins.
He's a bad motherfucker too. If you look on his sheet, he's got like 10 wins that have the little belt icon on it back to back to back. It means title fights, and it's just belt. He had like 10 title defenses. I probably got that number wrong, but it was close.
Yeah, I just looked it up. It was 7.
He was considered unbeatable for a while. I didn't believe Conor when Conor slept him, but anyhow, I like how he's looked at 135. Merab is Devlishvili. That's his first name, so I'm calling him Rob because that's what.
No. You need to say his name.
No, I'm not doing it. You can't make
Devlishvili.
Super powerful chain wrestler, which means he can go from takedown to takedown to takedown to takedown. But Jose's a black belt too, and he's looked so good on the feet that man, I don't see Merab coming up and beating Jose Aldo. I think he's at that stage in his career where he might be ready for a step up, but I just see him getting schooled here, and I see Aldo winning a very close decision. But outstriking this kid and stuffing enough of his takedowns to where he's up 2 rounds and then going into the third. And I think he just has to survive Merab's gas tank because Merab's got one and he's a lot younger. So I see the legend Aldo pulling off another one and making it a 4-fight win streak and a razor close decision. And it's going to be a good fight. It's a Jose Aldo fight. And Merab never has a boring fight either. So I fight of the night candidate here, and I cannot wait to see it.
Very nice, very nice. So you're saying this fight might be worth the purchasing of the pay-per-view, just to watch these guys go at it, huh? Maybe
It'll
not
be a
$70
fight than the co-main event.
Right. All right. So, anyways, we're about to get to the co-main, but let's give a short break to the sponsors. Again, check out FleetTex.com. If you're a veteran, all right, and you need a job, these guys are hiring veterans. But you got to bust your ass for them, and there's 6-figure potential. So come check us out on Veteran Trash Talk. If you need any more, go to veterantrashtalk.com. And anytime during this show, if you go to shop.veterantrashtalk.com or gruntworksclothing.com and put in VTTGW, all right, you'll get yourself a discount. And then here's our biggest sponsor, our favorite sponsor, all right, 10th Mountain Bourbon and Whiskey. All right.
I like to treat our sponsors like my children. I love you all the same.
I'm just saying, like, oh boy, like this is why you get the jokes the big girl gets, because he's getting free bourbon. All right, that's how it happens.
If the 10th Mountain boys are listening, you guys know what I mean.
Yeah. Ryan. No, hey, actually, I carried Ryan to a hotel room in Coronado. No big deal. Like
both sponsors, both owners of companies that sponsors are named Ryan. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, not Fleet Tex Ryan. I carried 10th Mountain Ryan up the stairs. All right. So
when was it last time?
In Coronado. No, in Coronado, I had to carry him back to his room. He thought he could handle with the paratroopers. He was wrong. Okay, so
a civvy.
Yeah, a civvy.
Going with the troop.
Civvy thinks he's gonna hang out with a paratrooper, and just no dice. All right, let's go.
Yeah,
you got that fight up there, Chris? All right, I don't think he does yet, but we're going to the co-main. It's a middleweight fight, and we got Costa at 13-2 versus Rockhold at 16-5. Now I want to cover something here real quick in my research.
Yeah, me too. I'll go second.
No, yeah, you will go second because I was the one that went deep. I went deep into the research. And people don't realize that everybody named Luke is a terrorist. All right. Do you know why? All right. Do you know why, Joe? Do you know why everybody named Luke is a terrorist? Because you think about Star Wars and you look, all right, you kid from the Outer Rim, fucking radical, right? And you got some guy who's just trying to bring discipline and order to the universe, right? He's just trying to do the right thing. And here comes this fucking radical and blows up the entire operation. All right. So, like, good for him that he was able to do that. But Luke's a terrorist. All right. So I'm never, ever, ever going to pick a guy named Luke because you're a terrorist. So I'm going to go with Costa by decision. Joe, pick the terrorist.
Oh, for the love of God, Nick. A decision will happen in this fight. when the Lions get picked as favorites to win the
Oh,
Super Bowl.
you're gonna skip everything I said and go right to the decision.
It's not going to be a decision.
You're gonna pick a terrorist. Okay, Luke's a terrorist.
I didn't. Listen here. Put your listening ears on. I'm going to learn you a thing or two, as Paulie Walnuts would say. Yeah, no. In all seriousness, I'm going to go in on Luke Rockhold real quick.
Oh my
because
god,
he's a fucking douchebag. And
like a terrorist.
I watch a lot of these UFC pick shows, and I've seen a good bit of them, and they're always so respectful of the fighter. And hey, look, man, great. If that's the way you want to do it, that's fine. But in the military, dude, it's a meritocracy system to where if you fuck up, you don't want to come into work the next day. So like,
is that why you didn't come in?
Yep, most of the time, yeah. But I don't believe in like treating these fighters and acting like they get away with having no moral code or clue what the fuck they're talking about half the time. And Luke Rockhold, Dana White's one of his best quotes was, "Yeah, he'll burn it down. Just give him a microphone. Every time that guy talks, he shoots himself in the foot. He looks like a model. Chicks love him. All he's got to do is talk, and he'll clear the room. He's an asshole. He always has been." So he decides that you're right. Any port in a storm, I'm going to find a friend. And so he goes in on this ESPN reporter and he's saying, "Hey, MFer, you right there, MFer, you." And he's calling this guy an MFer in the press conference. No professionalism, no decorum, nothing.
Nothing for the brand, for UFC, nothing.
He goes, "I know you're in bed with Dana, so he's going to back you, and you guys can always be here no matter how effed up your reporting is, but you got to do your effing homework," screaming at him. And the reporter's like, "Hey, what did I do, Luke?" And he goes, "Marlon Vera was extremely offended by your behavior last weekend when he beat Dominic Cruz." And he said, "I gave him a luchador mask. It was just something that I had, and I thought he'd like it." And he goes, "He's an Ecuadorian, bro. Like, how racist are you?" And I was like, shut your fucking mouth. The guy was just trying to be nice. Marlon Vera is one of the most chill dudes in the world. When he got up to the octagon, they said you could smell weed in the arena so strong. And they asked Marlon Vera about it. They said, "Could you smell it?" He goes, "Oh, yeah, bro. That was the best part. I wanted to jump down and hit some, but I knew I'd get fined." He said, I loved fighting to the smell of that. I could smell it the whole time. Like, just completely calm and chill and cool about it. This dude would never get offended about somebody giving him a luchador mask because that's Mexican wrestling and he's Ecuadorian. He's not that sensitive. He's open-minded and realizes that some humans aren't educated that deeply on the topic. So they think that they're being nice. Yeah, right. I'm going to say what Daniel Tosh said. 90% of you don't deserve jobs. I don't know why you're talking about this 10%. But there's no way there's 90% of you that are job worthy. Anyways, so what I'm trying to say is Luke Rockhold is well renowned as one of the biggest assholes in the world. When Michael Bisping knocked him out on 2 weeks' notice, it was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen because he trashed Bisping. He trashed him, and Bisping said, "You're about to get knocked out by a guy who's been on the couch for 2 weeks drinking beer. Just wait. Karma's a bitch," because Rockhold had already beat him. Then he gets knocked out. Bisping wins the belt. It's beautiful. Rockhold never shut up. He never got humbled. He never learned his lesson. He continues running his mouth. He continues stating his case. And tomorrow night, Paulo Costa is going to absolutely destroy him. Do you want to know
is there emotion in this, or is this real?
No, this is real. How I think it will end is the first power shot that Costa hits him with will be the beginning of a flurry that ends it, or it will put him to sleep. Paulo Costa is a different kind of animal, and Luke Rockhold he's not the same guy he used to be. He's phenomenally talented. He used to be unbeatable. He was a Strikeforce middleweight champ, UFC middleweight champ. His striking is phenomenal. His ground game's awesome. He used to be literally unbeatable. Good looking dude. He models now. Like, good looking dude. He's one of those dudes that everybody hates.
I did that for a few years. It's a good trade.
Yeah. I thought about that. But he's an asshole in victory. He's an asshole in defeat. He's an asshole when he's not fighting. He's an asshole when he is. And Costa is absolutely gonna obliterate him. I see Paulo Costa honestly crumpling him with a body shot and finishing him with a couple of headshots. Luke Rockhold's 6-5 in his TKO record. He's 6-5 in his TKO count. Okay, so he's been knocked out 5 times. He's gonna get knocked out again tomorrow night. Paulo Costa, lock it in, first round knockout.
Nice. That'd be awesome. When that comes to fruition, I'm gonna bet that I'm gonna put 50 on that one, just that alone. All right. Before we get to the main event, I just can't stop thinking about the NFL because it's so close. It's so close. And then also college football is next weekend.
Oh my goodness, great.
Next weekend. All right. And Joe, if you haven't got a hold of As for Football, right? Those guys that wanted you on their show, right? Like they just had like some big time guy on there, like some Wilhelm guy, like so I think he's an Ohio State player, but they just had him on, but they want you on the show. So I'll hit you up after that. Yeah. Like they're like it's next week, Joe. That's when the college season starts. So
oh my God,
yeah. So make sure you hit up Rob, and hey, those of you who aren't following, follow As for Football. It's AAF. All right. As for Football. We put it on our show. We put it on our platforms and everything like that. It's great. It's a bunch of West Pointers that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And we have to bring some enlisted guys on there to tell them why. And Rob has accepted that invitation and he brought it out to Joe. So let's make sure Joe understands that because that was like 6 months ago. But we got to make sure that happens. Like you need to get on that show, Joe. You need to get on that show.
I just said they were all nuts when they called freaking Bowling Green to cover against Penn State. I said, you guys are out of your mind.
Yeah, I know.
I just told them they didn't know Big Ten.
It's the same time. It's the same thing. It's like, hey, how many guys do you think you need to take the objective? I don't know, 15. No, motherfucker, like 30. All right, because you realize that when actual bullets are flying, that's how many guys are going to drop. All right, so like that's just what's going to happen. But anyways, excited for football. Check it out the next couple of weeks. We're going to have a lot of picks for you. A lot of NFL picks, a lot of college picks. And I'm going to give you a quick sleeper here. All right. Watch out. I'm just going to say it real quick. Watch out for the Minnesota Vikings this year. All right. And I hate the Vikings, but just watch out. We'll talk about it in a couple weeks. All right. Let's go to the main event. And it's a welterweight and it's a title fight, as it should be. And you got Usman at 20-1 versus Edwards at 19-3. And when I was doing my research, right, I realized that Leon, all right, Leon Edwards, Leon is that drunk uncle name. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's got a drunk Uncle Leon. And Uncle Leon,
uncle.
Yeah, Uncle Leon is really cool. Right. And he's going to give you a couple minutes of really cool stuff. And then somebody knocks his ass out. Okay. But he was cool for a little bit. So I'm going to say that Leon takes us into the third round. But he gets knocked out because drunk Uncle Leon just can't handle Usman. Joe, what say you?
No on the knockout. But yes on Usman. I think everybody's kind of they're sleeping on Edwards a little bit. His striking is, everybody kind of they get locked on one clip. They played that Jorge Masvidal flying knee clip to the point where he was more relevant than he is, and his last 2 fights proved it. Usman knocking out Jorge Masvidal does not make him a better striker than Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards outstriking Nate Diaz thoroughly over 5 rounds makes Leon Edwards a better striker than Kamaru Usman. I'm sorry for anybody that doesn't like that. Proof is in the pudding. Leon Edwards is a good striker. He's a really good wrestler as well. He's a really good title challenger. And the people that think that Kamaru Usman is just going to steamroll Leon Edwards, I don't know what Leon Edwards you've been watching, but he's not. I don't believe he is.
I don't know who he is.
I think that Edwards is going to give him a very, very good fight, knowing that he's probably not going to see another title shot. He's not very exciting. He's kind of a gentleman type guy. He never gets any shit stirred up. He's not going to sell a lot of pay-per-views. So if he loses this fight, that's going to start to be something in the UFC that next year and the following year, and it's going to build steam and it's going to snowball to where if you don't sell pay-per-views, you're just fucking flat out not going to get main events in a couple of years. And it's going to start being more WWF wrestling or WWE, excuse me, like develop a persona like Colby Covington, or we don't want you. Because Colby Covington was told, you're boring. We don't care that you're undefeated. We don't care that you're beating all these people. We're going to cut you after this fight no matter what. Nobody wants to watch your fights. He goes into Rio de Janeiro, beats a guy who's a living legend into a bloody pulp mess, says, Brazil, you're a dump. All you filthy animals suck. I'm getting on the first thing back to America, and walked out. And it was all over the internet the next day, and now you know who Colby Covington is. He developed that persona to market himself like a genius, and it worked.
Sounds smart.
Exactly. So Edwards is just so vanilla of a personality. He just does. He's British. He's a gentleman. He's always never talks shit. There's not a whole lot of beef in this fight. These guys both respect each other, and I don't see him overpowering Usman in any form. I see it possible he wobbles him. Possible he can hit Usman with a couple of shots that make Usman think twice. But then Usman's got the wrestling. He's a giant welterweight, super strong. I say he out-wrestles Leon Edwards, and this fight goes the distance.
Nice.
Usman by decision. I say maybe even a couple scorecards, 48-47. We never know. Sal D'Amato isn't dead yet. So we could always have those kind of crazy scorecards till that happens. So I would say he probably wins 4 rounds to 1, maybe 3 rounds to 2.
Very nice. Very nice.
Okay.
So, all right, VTT Faceman chimed in. I don't know if he's still watching.
Get in there.
But he is asking, is that a basketball team? And I would assume he's referencing the Vikings. So, Dave, until the Vikings win the Bundesliga league, shut the fuck up.
Shut.
All right. Yeah. All right. So, anyways, no, Dave, welcome to the show. Glad you're watching. Anyways, those of you who don't know who's behind all the funny memes on our page, that's VTT's Faceman. He's rolling that every day. He asks for help. Joe says no. Buddy says no. I do a little bit. I do a little bit here and there, and then Joe's gonna get mad because I'm calling him out live. But like, just maybe post one meme. I mean, one. It's not hard. All right. Dave does it all the time. And he's killing it. But all right. Let's get to the main theme here.
I couldn't say that better myself.
Of sports betting. Let's get to the main theme of sports betting. Before we get to that,
you guys hear Nick laughing, going, "Oh, you son of a bitch!"
Let's dive back into that. When you start a business with friends, all right. Realize that all of a sudden when it comes to making money, friendship might come a little bit squirrely. All right, because like it just is what it is. We all got our lives, we gotta do what we gotta do. But that's a good lesson point for all you guys watching, is when you start a business with friends, it's tough when it comes down to the money making part of it. So just make sure you're aware of that sometimes you gotta call somebody and say, hey, this isn't a friendship call, this is Mo Frecky, we got to make some money. Let's go. All right. So that's just the way it is. But Dave, keep posting those memes. They're funny and we love you for it. All right, Joe, give us the locks, the parlays. And remember, Bill's not here. So those of you that watch this show for Bill, it is what it is. He's not here. He's doing sergeant major things. So Bill has already confided.
This is a send it triggered parlay.
Yeah, a send it triggered parlay. We're gonna say, and I'm gonna put my cap on it, so it's gonna be a sender triggered 6 parlay. All right, so let's do it. send the parlays, the DraftKings sleepers, right, and the locks. Don't forget the locks. Anyway, before you say anything, I always bet the locks. I put $20 on every lock that they say. I do that, right? And sometimes that $20 pays $4. It is what it is, right? Like $20 on every lock, and then put everything on that you would win on that on the parlays. That's what I do. And sometimes that shit pays huge. So, all right, give it up.
All right, let's do it. So I'm gonna reverse engineer that statement as I always do and give you my DraftKings sleeper. You give me plus money on Jose Aldo, and I'm gonna take it with almost every fight. I think Jose is really gonna make one more run at the title. I don't think he's fighting for the wrong reasons. So, just a huge experience advantage, and he's not that easy of an out. So Merab's going to have to fight his best fight to win. And I believe if Jose comes out and just does what Jose does, he wins the decision. So anyhow, take him, put him on your roster. Should be cheap. You're welcome. My locks, Paulo Costa. And I realize he's a minus 400 favorite. That's because the money's moving in on him fast. Take him by knockout, for the love of God. That's the only way he knows how to win a fight. He's so favored by knockout that picking him by points is like plus 700 just to win by points, and he's a minus 400 favorite. That's how much of a banger.
That's nuts.
Isn't that crazy? All right, so Costa by knockout. Then I like Woodson on the prelims over Luis Saldana. I think that Sean Woodson is looked better and better with each of his fights. Saldana, on the other hand, I'm very underwhelmed by him. There's a 5-inch reach advantage there, and Woodson has finally started to really emphasize his striking, and he's looked unbeatable. So I like Woodson over Saldana. And then Albazi over Figueiredo. And no, this is not the Figueiredo who's a champ. This is Figueiredo light. It's his younger brother. And he got, like they say in the movie Twins, all the purity and strength went into Davison. All the crap left over went into what you see in the mirror every morning. You're a genetic defect. No, I'm just kidding. He's not. This guy's in the UFC. He's obviously a tough fighter. But Albazi coming back off 2 years off. Started out 14-1. The dude is a fucking lights out wrestler. Great submission game. So I think that you do just fine taking him by submission or points there on double chance, because he is also a minus 500 favorite. Vegas don't want us to make any money, fellas. So I got Woodson, Albazi, and Paulo Costa as my locks. All right. But I also held off on 2 or 3 other ones that I very close to was locking in. So I feel really good about this 6 fighter. And here we go. So I like Albazi in the early prelims. Woodson over Saldana in the prelims. The next fight up is Gordon versus Santos. I like Gordon over Santos. I know a lot of people are taking Romanov, and a lot of people are leaning on Romanov, but he is fighting a veteran who loves to ruin parlays in Marcin Tybura. So I might throw Romanov in on a couple of parlays. He is the favorite. He should win, but dude's not invincible, and his gas tank got exposed on his last fight, so it makes me worry a little bit. Well, against Espino it did. Anyhow, we got 3 on there. So then I'm going to roll with Pedro and Hunsucker under 1.5 or inside the distance.
So don't confuse the bettors. You're betting that first fight of the pay-per-view as a under 1.5.
Yeah. Let me roll back through that one more time without all the analysis in between. So
we already did the analysis.
Yeah, I got Albazi.
We spent an hour doing that.
All right.
Setting up picks. Right. I'm writing this down, Joe. I'm writing it down, and I'm 2 papers in. I just like.
Ready? All right.
Yeah. Are we?
So we're going Albazi, Woodson, Gordon. All right. Pedro and Hunsucker inside the distance. All right. Just take it inside the distance and play it safe. or under 1.5. Then Costa by KO. And I like Kamaru Usman in the main event, money line or by decision.
Nice. That leaves you a good hedge. So,
oh shit! I just realized they pulled one of our locks. They did it to us again, Nick. That's why I was struggling with it. They pulled fucking Miranda Maverick off the card. She was one of my locks. I texted to you.
They pulled Maverick off the card?
Yep, that fight's not happening. That's why I was
what's the parlay? What's the locks again? Just give it to us. No, just give us the locks and the parlay.
All right. Look, the locks are Costa, Woodson, and Albazi. The sleeper is Jose Aldo. The parlay is Albazi, Woodson, Costa, Hunsucker, and Pedro under 1.5, and Usman.
All right. Okay. We got it. I think we got it. I wrote that down. Perfect. Again, our mission here at Veteran Trash Talk is to lower the veteran suicide rate. And guess what? We have a lot of fun doing it. So please share and do everything you can to build this community, because once you go to VTT official and you start, chatting on there, you're going to meet people that you've never met before, and they're all veterans, and then they're all veteran supporters. They're going to do great things, and the community is just awesome. And we always give Bill the last plug because he is a partner in the Gold Star Teen Adventures. If you want a nonprofit that we have vetted as Veteran Trash Talk, okay, it's run by a colonel who we won't say his name because he doesn't take a single dime. All right. Nobody takes a dime from it, but nobody cares about, well, I shouldn't say nobody. Lots of people do. But when we say until Valhalla and all that stuff, do we really think about the kids that were left behind? Do we really think about the sisters, the brothers? All right. Do we think about it? Us veterans, we think about it. Right. And if you're a combat guy or you were in a unit that was hit by something, then you think about it a little bit. But do we really care about what our best friends' kids doing right now? Right? When's the last time you thought about that? Gold Star Teen Adventures does that. So throw them some money. Right? They're a vetted nonprofit. Do it. Gold Star Teen Adventures. All right. Go hit them up and give them money. They're a nonprofit. They do all kinds of things for our fallen. It's awesome. Man, that chokes me up a little bit because it's August and we're caught up on that date, Trigger Joe. You know what I'm saying? It's a tough one. And man, I'm gonna save that story for later. I'm gonna do it later because it's a tremendous thing on how one of those warriors actually took care of another warrior's family for the rest of their lives. Right? The rest of their lives. That's what we're not thinking about. All right. Take care of these warriors for the rest of their lives. All right. Take care of their families. Right. These guys and girls gave the ultimate sacrifice. And we're like, until Valhalla. Sweet, bro. What about their kids? All right. What about them? Right. I mean, obviously, we can't solve anything. And that's what we always try to preach here. We can't solve anything. But I mean, we can make it better. We can make it a little bit better. We can do a little bit, right? So let's just get after that. Anyways, that's the plug for the nonprofits that we support here. Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation. They're doing great things. And we also have the Gold Star Teen Adventures. So let's go ahead and throw them some money if you got any. And hey, if you're going to bet on the fights, I want you to take half of your bet and give it to those guys. We don't get anything. All right. That's just all I'm asking. Anyways, we'll see you guys on Saturday, which is tomorrow. And we have a big guest coming on, Dale Sizemore from Three Rangers Whiskey. All right. Dale Sizemore. You remember the movie Black Hawk Down, where he wants to cut his cast off to go on the mission?
Mm-hmm.
That's the guy. All right. He's coming on. Yeah, he's coming on the show and we're gonna make fun of him, and then he's gonna come on and talk about how to sell whiskey. Until then, we will see you guys tomorrow. What's up, sports fans? Are you looking for a job? Do you want to change in careers? Do you want to own your own business? I got the answer for you. This show is brought to you by Vtt. Vtt is partnering with veterans with mechanical or electronic experience. Vtt specializes in on-site deployment of GPS tracking equipment and cameras for fleet vehicles across our nation. Check out what they do at www.fleettex.com. Apply today. Currently targeting veterans living in Michigan, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Tennessee. Local work and travel opportunities may be available in other areas. Vtt proudly supports our military, its service members, our veterans, and their families. Enjoy the show.